Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Broadcasting Network, 10:50 a.m., following broadcasts in 102.3 FM and 106.5 FM. We are serving the world one household at a time. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Yeater Peak Performance Coaching.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Foundation segment, faith, family, and fitness, mind, body, soul transformation. You're here with Coach Kim Yeater and the amazing Todd Brinkman. Got to tell you a little bit about Todd. I have had the privilege of coaching Todd. Todd is an early pioneer in using VR, that's virtual reality, for good and God. He has 3 VR from Good and God how-to books, 7 full industry online courses, led a team that created the North America's first VR Chamber of Commerce world, leading the world's first VR prayers project. Gosh, this man is amazing. In his first book, Virtual Reality for Main Street, he explored the idea of local VR departments. These departments include government hospitals, senior living, hospices, homelessness, and prisons. VR Ministry. Todd has completed the VR Ministry curriculum. This groundbreaking curriculum will teach churches how to add our new VR tool to their ministry tool set. These ministries include hospitals, senior living, hospice, homelessness, prison, and missionary. Welcome, Mr. Todd Brinkman. I got to give him a high five here.
Yes,
we are live
thank you.
together. Oh,
I
my
love
God.
the way you say my name. That is great.
It's Todd Brinkman. It's Todd Brinkman.
Yes.
You are,
Excited to be here.
You are the cutting edge, Todd. Nobody is doing what you're doing at the level you're doing it. You have shaken up the AI virtual world. Tell us a little bit about what you've created, and then we're going to connect the dots when it comes to the purpose of why you created what you created. Family, faith, that significance in your life.
That's great. Well, it's just an honor to be with you here today, and it's just been exciting. I moved out here in 2016, and my prayer was really, God, I'm here, put me to work. And sometimes He actually answers prayers. He does all the time. Just kidding. But I got the data dump. I was at a conference learning what Lowe's is doing with NASA and virtual reality. I thought, why can't we do this for good? And God, not like that's bad. It's
Come
like,
on.
why can't we do big
That's right.
things? And I just had these like visions and just dreams of helping like hospice kids, putting headsets on where they can feel connected and maybe go surfing with like an oceanside surf club, maybe, for example. Little kids in cancer centers in Minnesota. And it just kept going, and I had jobs back then, and just the idea of actually getting a vision for your life is just amazing, and it's super exciting to actually have written now during COVID, had too much time in my hands during COVID.
Wait, hold on. So you didn't just sit back and organize your closets, Todd, did you?
No.
What did you do?
No, I was able to complete my first 3 books.
Amazing.
Which were just amazing. A lot of this actually didn't really happen. It was just all in faith, which I know we'll talk about in a minute. And it's just like you just do what you think is right, and you get a clear vision for your life, and you just take massive action. And it's fun to actually think of like, what is a VR prison department? Like, what do you do? And the answer is, if you're an emerging, like a Christian leader, that book is already written, the courses are already done. You just plug and play and help the homeless people in your community really adapt and use our new technologies for just so much good.
Okay.
It's just incredible now what's possible with our new tools. And
Yes.
I get a little excited. if you
You're
can't
so
tell.
excited. Okay, but we're going to go back for a second because faith. All right, this has been a key role. There was something significant that occurred in your life, which propelled you into God downloading this to you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's fun and exciting to actually present this now. But when I fell in love a few years ago, and that was over a decade ago, and when she took her own life, and it was such a sad and traumatic experience for me, and I just took it all inside and withdrew from the world and kind of checked out. And I thought there had to be more in this whole world than where I was. So I moved out here to really find my calling. Could have been the warm weather, maybe a little bit,
Just a little.
but moved out here from Minnesota. But I just really kind of let God, take charge of my life and surrender to it. And then I was in all these big important meetings and traveled to Western U.S. and saw all the new tech that you're going to begin to see now. And I saw that 4 or 5 years ago, and I thought, like, what if somebody can be in a hospital room and they can put a headset on and they just really we can get them out of there and they can go to a place where they just really feel loved today, or they really feel connected, or maybe somebody who had a car accident can put a headset on and just really feel empowered today, or you're a young a cancer patient, somebody puts a headset on and they can just really take this trip to just be empowered and to just really feel empowered today, and we can do that now. So it's super exciting, and thanks with your help and other people's help in my life. It's just an amazing journey of using our new tools for good. We don't have to just sit back and let the world be dictated to us, like our amazing Sarah talked beforehand. Is a lot of us really are just doing amazing, courageous things, and you'll meet Ken next. We talked earlier about perseverance, and it's hard. You know, we're not taught to do that, and it's hard to go through that. But I'm so excited to be able
What's
to
that been
use.
like for you? I mean, because this has not been an easy journey for you.
No, yeah, my journey, yes, it's been exciting. My journey has been really about getting over like my stuff. You put something really big and significant in the world, and you see people's eye movements, and then like, wow, they really don't like me, and they just look so indifferent. Like, well, Todd, we didn't do that in the '70s. We can't do that. And it's just the ability to have faith in something bigger than me, and to just persevere over these last five years, and just really to complete these books and now launch projects that are so much bigger than me. And it's just fascinating, and just put all the faith in God that I get the control and connect with people in India and Africa. And
Oh
it's
my
just
gosh, it's
crazy.
amazing. So you said something a second ago, which I think is really key for our listeners to hear, because, you know, when you said people don't like me, this was an internal message for you that you had from a very young age.
Right.
So what was key in that no longer owning you and you moving forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. We talked about this earlier. It's faith. What you put faith in, and for me, it was God. And coming back to, you know, I was always a Christian. I grew up Catholic, but I came back to Jesus and recommitted my life at our rock church here locally. And it's funny just to have all these downloads and to keep moving, and to just keep moving, and then just yeah, it's an amazing testimony of perseverance. So when I tell my story, I hope people don't say Todd is great. I'll laugh with them. It's just like, holy cow, this is all real. This isn't just a book.
Yeah.
When we actually get our calling and we go into action and you see things happen, that is like faith in action. It is intense once you actually understand it. And that's really my goal for everybody, is at one time in their life that they actually go out on faith and put their faith in God. And it's an amazing journey, especially in this time. And did work with so many courageous people, like Sarah that we just talked to a minute ago. And there's so many amazing people out there.
It's so true. It is so true. So,
cool.
you know, Todd, a while back, you know, in this process of building out your VR ministry, right, you navigated through a lot of family, right? So when we're talking about the importance of family, like you navigated through some eternal messaging that you had the context of how you were even viewed in the family. And there were some restored relationships that occurred for you through this whole process. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it is. It's an amazing thing when you step out in faith, and you know, people don't always see you the way that they always have seen you. They kind of see you as a person in this box, and when you go out of that, you know, it causes a little bit of, you know, things as people come up. Well, that I remember when you were 10, and other things. But it's fun even connecting with old friends.
And your
that I
brother
disconnected. And
Did you just
brother,
reconnect with your brother? Or your brother and you were
yeah.
working a project together?
We were, yeah. Yes, it's fun to really navigate, through some of that stuff. I know Christmas is coming up, and it's fun to actually, it's fun, especially being single during Christmas. As I know there's a lot of single people. When you live in your purpose and you're moving, you know, you get to meet such amazing people. So if you're single and you don't want to be single, you know, get moving.
Get moving. Did you hear that?
Get moving, and then that's when you
Right.
meet people. So you don't meet people staying at home. You find your calling. You take just massive action, and then you get to meet just a ton of people. It's hard to do all this in 10, 12 minutes, but it's been an amazing journey. It's such a privilege to be on your show.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for what you're doing. But it's just an amazing time to really open your eyes up to technology. Because you're going to see some things over the next few weeks, few months on TV, and you're going to be stunned, like, why did I know about that?
Right.
And the answer is, it's okay. This is still God's world.
Yep.
with all these new tools. And, I get to bring kids from Cape Town, South Africa to maybe churches in East County, San Diego, and we get to connect in ways that
It's
are
incredible.
really going to blow our minds. And we can use holographic images for good and for God, and especially for us as a community, as our VR for God tribe, is what I've called it in
Yeah.
the past, is we get to do just amazing things that no one's ever done before. So when you're living in your purpose and you kind of surrender to like the flow of it,
Yes.
you have to go through the journey of, your own hero's journey, and you have to really, really work on, yourself. And it's such an exciting time. So I think a lot of, like you and Sarah talked about, was like fear shows up for a lot of people. If you have a lot of fear, that just means you need just some faith in yourself and that you're not alone.
Yes.
And our God is amazing.
Our God is
And
amazing.
there's a lot of things that are coming that we're going to turn on the TV and go, wow, we can do that now.
All right, let's give
it's
people
super
vision
exciting.
right now. Let's bring us like on the court. Give me an example of how to utilize VR in prayers. Like there's Martha. Here's Martha. She's in hospice maybe, or, Martha's at a senior center and she hasn't seen her grandkids.
Right. Yeah, it's really amazing. So I'll do this in just maybe 30 seconds, if that's okay.
Come on.
I've been doing this for a while. I've written a couple books on how to do this, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's
You can
already
actually
done.
get the books. We'll tell you
We'll
about that
teach
in a
you how to do
minute.
it.
Uh-huh.
But it's exciting now. Somebody can actually put their headset on, like maybe Martha in senior living
Yeah.
or in hospice, and maybe she feels all alone and isolated, which is a big thing for seniors. And
Yep.
I'm going to pick up my pace a little bit. Martha can put on her headset, and she can instantly feel like she's somewhere else, where now she can actually watch her grandkids open the Christmas presents up. So we don't physically need to be together to feel connected. And we should never replace the real reality, but there's sometimes when there's a hospice patient that just wants to go to their church to pray, but they can't be there physically. Well, we can do that with a headset. So we don't ever replace the real world like us
Yeah.
talking, but now we have a whole series of reality tools where we can really feel connected in ways that we just didn't have before. So someone like Martha can really put a headset on and go anywhere. She can connect to anybody with our new reality tools. And if they're going to do it for commercial uses and even things that are bad, we can use it for good. And that's what I chose to do. So I'm so glad I had the struggles and the perseverance to get to here. So I'm so excited to be here today because it's landing. Our VR Prayers project is now underway.
Yes. I just want to acknowledge you for turning your pain into purpose. You're making a true difference using VR for God and VR for good. So what is the most exciting next step you're looking forward to?
The next step is landing the planes.
Land.
I've had a great
We
coach.
got this
I've had a
saying.
great
Let's
coach.
land that plane. Come
I
on, let's
think we're
put it into
recording this
action.
too. So it's one thing to think about it. It's another thing entirely to actually to execute and to be impeccable about it. So, yeah, we get to launch some of the first large-scale community projects ever attempted right here in San Diego. And it's exciting to be a part of a group that's bigger than me, and we get to really tackle some huge problems. So my job is to really to get you, the listener, actually in the conversation of innovation and how we can use this really for good together.
Okay, how can they reach you?
Go to my website, VR, Victor Romeo Ministry.com. Talk about the VR Prayers Project. My other company, VR for Main Street, FOR, Mainstreet.com. We'll actually talk about my second project, which is Project Piercing Glimpse, which will be another community project where we're going to be bringing arriving tourists from around the country into East County, San Diego, where they can put a headset on and actually take virtual trips around the community.
Come
from their headset.
on. You heard how to reach Todd. VRministry.com, VRforMainstreet.com. Todd Brinkman, it has been an absolute honor. And if you could give them a 10-second charge, what's their charge? What's their call to action?
Their call to action is get started, get moving.
Get started, get
Find a
moving.
coach and really just unleash who you are and
Come
be yourself.
on.
For some of us, be yourself for the first time in your life. God is amazing, and so are you. And so excited to be here. Ken.
We're so grateful to have you, Todd. You're listening to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show Foundation segment. This year of 2021 has been incredible. We've had the most amazing guests on. We have talked faith. We've talked the importance of family, the importance of caring for your mind, your body, your soul. My charge for you is to take action in these areas. Any of the ahas that you've gotten for yourself today or in any of our shows, take one of those ahas and set an action plan, just one step. Be clear on where you're going, set your vision. That's what I really just got from Ken Runstrom from Synapses today. Be super clear on your vision. And I have so many people to thank. First up, I want to thank my executive producer, Marie Waite, for this amazing opportunity of running the show. I also want to thank my producer, Ken Powell, my back end over there. Not really my back end, but he's working the back end and he's amazing. Joe, he makes this TikTok. I want to thank all of my guests. And for those of you who are going to be around in 2022, which is every single one of you, with a clear vision, knowing where you're going, knowing who you are, whose you are, and the purpose to which you've been called, get ready because it's time to take your power back.
We are live on KCAA Broadcasting Network, 10:50 a.m., following broadcasts in 102.3 FM and 106.5 FM. We are serving over 5 million households in the Inland Empire, North County, San Diego, Orange County, and San Gabriel Valley. We are serving the world one household at a time. We are also in iHeart, Spotify, Tiki Live, Ustream, Apple, iTunes, and anywhere with your favorite podcast. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Up Connect, and Yeater Peak Performance Coaching.